All right, folks, welcome back to King's Opinion, episode 114. I got my boys back, the Wanderer and Big Ern. Say hello, guys.
Hola.
Hope you're feeling better than the New York baseball teams right now.
So, before we talk about them, how was the game yesterday?
It was good. It was fun. The seats were pretty good. I think it was section 104, row 2.
Field level.
Aisle seat, which
Wow.
is I'm ecstatic. At any event, I get an aisle seat for.
Yeah, because you don't bother nobody, just up and out.
It's luxury at its finest.
I agree.
Yeah, it was really cool. We got there early. I drove. I got to be honest with you, I was amazed at the amount of people that are there at 6 p.m. Holy crap! Like, I guess everybody's got the same idea: go early and then leave, whenever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a win. We dipped out of there a little early as well. But
I don't blame you nowadays.
yeah, they looked early on. It looked promising. The first inning, they had runners on. They scored a run, but then all of a sudden, they couldn't score, and they couldn't really get too much going offensively after that. And it's unfortunate, but just them and the Yankees, they just can't win since the All-Star break.
No. And for the Mets, you have different reasons why they're losing as opposed to the Yankees. A tale of two different boroughs, I guess you could say. I have one question for you,
Sure.
or two.
Sure.
How'd you get such great tickets?
To be honest with you,
Because those are good. Those are
the-
field
the
level. Those
old-
are amazing.
The old me probably would have went on a few different websites and did some numbers, but I guess my friend wanted to go. I was like, all right, I'll get him. I just went on MLB and got him right on there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Second question is were they playing games every half inning like they did when I went there?
No.
Or me and Ernie went there?
No, there was definitely a lot of T-shirts being shot,
Okay.
but there was no game playing.
I don't know if you were here for that, Ernie, but I was talking to him about
I think
that.
that's more like a Sunday thing.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that's
must have
what
been.
we're- That's what we were saying.
Yeah, it must have been a Sunday
To
thing.
be honest with you, I was surprised that there wasn't any. Or maybe, you know what, I did get up a few times to walk around, so maybe I missed
But
it.
when
Yeah,
we were
but
sitting
they're figuring a weekday, even though it's summertime, not as many kids at the game as there would be in a Sunday afternoon.
I did see a decent amount of kids there, but there was no kid-themed things going on that I observed.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. That's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Been some great weather we've been having too, so that
Yeah.
always helps.
And it's been cooler at night, so that must have
yeah.
been a good, nice
Well,
little breeze in there.
Pale people weather for sure.
Now the traffic was terrible. I'm assuming when you were getting there at 6 o'clock.
No, it wasn't there. I left probably around 5:30, so it took about around 20 minutes to get there.
Oh,
And,
wow.
same in coming back. We left after the 7th. We were back in 20-something minutes.
Well, all right. Well, I guess it was just Sunday's game for us then. Maybe it was just the Yankee
No,
Mets
the
mess.
weekend's a different beast. For
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
especially in the summer.
For sure. And it was the Yankees Mets playing, so
Right,
a
kind
little,
of a big deal.
yeah, a little different for sure.
Definitely the hottest ticket for the summer, right?
Yeah. I guess let's get into how bad. Well, before we even get there, let's talk about this trade deadline. So,
yeah, a lot of moves.
I don't know about you guys. I cannot remember the last time a trade deadline was this stir crazy. It was like,
San Diego went all out, right?
yeah, a bunch of teams. San Diego, Houston added
Well,
some
actually, I
people.
heard on the radio the next day that the year before was even busier.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe it was just because it was our hometown teams that grabbed so many people. Because the Mets
Yeah,
grabbed
and
5 and we grabbed 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rogers.
And
didn't
I
look too
think that
hot
there
last
was a
night.
lot happening at the very end of the deadline too.
Yeah, but it just seemed like a really crazy. I think I know what you're talking about. They did show a stat of how many people were moved throughout the deadline, and yeah, last year and even I think the year before had 1 or 2 more guys that were picked up than this year. But I think this year was just a select group of teams that was doing it. You had the Mariners, you had the Padres, the Mets, the Yankees. There's probably one more team in there that I want to say was busy. But on the opposite side, they were all coming from the same teams. Minnesota unloaded 10 of their guys.
Yeah.
The Marlins a couple guys. The Pirates a couple guys. Even the Oakland A's dumped a couple of their guys. So like, it felt like there was just so many trades within just a few groups of people. Maybe the Reds had a bunch of guys too. I don't remember. I know the Reds got
There was a few big sellers. That's
Well, it's always the same guys, but it was crazy to me. And on paper, the Yankees and Mets did a fantastic job. Like if I had to grade them, they were getting A's, if not A pluses. Like they addressed what they needed to. The Yankees got a third baseman, got deeper, like up the middle, infield wise, and even slash outfield wise, because Rosario could play the outfield. They got Slater, and they got Cabanero or whatever his name is from Tampa Bay, which that's funny too because they were playing the Rays, and he literally got traded at the end of the pretty much like towards the end of the game. So he literally said his goodbyes and went over to the next dugout and played with the Yankees. And then I'll get started on him, after that in a second. But same thing with the Mets. The Mets needed bullpen help. They went out there, got a bunch of bullpen arms. Who else did they get?
Has Mullins played a game?
Oh, that's right.
Has he played for them?
Yeah, he's played a few games. I don't know if he played the game you went to.
No, he didn't.
But I was watching one of the Mets games earlier, and he was playing. To me, that's a huge pickup for the Mets because
I remember he was pretty good a couple of years ago.
he was good last year when the Orioles were in contention for most of the year.
I mean, he's pretty much been a very good player his whole career, except for this year, right?
Yeah. So and I thought for the Mets to get him as opposed to Lewis Roberts from White Sox was much better deal.
That was a strike. Oh, come on.
For folks, if you're listening, the Yankee game is on in the background. They actually have a lead into the ninth again. We're hoping that they can just seal this one off this time. We will update you in a few with that. But for me, that's a dark horse trade because I think he's a free agent at the end of the year. But if he has a decent half with the Mets, I wouldn't be surprised if they sign him to a decent deal because he's really good.
Yeah.
And I think it changes scenery for that guy. Well, you know what? I shouldn't just say for him, but more so for him because he went on a high from the Orioles actually being good for a year or two to now them being so bad.
Yeah.
And the Mets are obviously going to try and stay consistently good. I mean, they have their struggles like the Yankees, but like just the change to New York, I think would do him a lot better than Luis Roberts. Like I think he's done, like because he hasn't even had a long enough track record to be good. He came up hot. And he was like the really good rookie and everything like that. But then since then, I think he's the one the last 2 or 3 years. He's sucked. Yeah. And he sucks this year too. And shame on the White Sox for not trying to get anything from him at all. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're not treating him how he came up as a rookie. His body of work is terrible. Yeah. So that's why I love the pivot from Stearns to just go and get him. I think he'll make the Mets much better defensively in the outfield. Yeah. You have a bona fide, speed on the base, the whole nine. Contact hitter too for the most part. Yeah. He'll strike out, but from what I remember, he puts the ball in play a lot. So great deal for them on that one. I think he could be a game changer, especially in the playoffs if and when they get there. I'm not really worried about the Mets. The Mets are even as bad as they're doing. They're not as bad as the Yankees are right now.
I do want to mention too, though. For as bad as the Mets have been, they're only 2.5 games out.
Yes,
so, I mean you gotta be grateful for that.
Agreed, and that's as of today with their loss. Like yesterday, they were a game and a half, and you could see when the Yankees beat Tampa Bay right before they played the Marlins, they cut their deficit from 5.5 to 2.5 in those 3 games. So you could easily see like that coming back full circle as long as the Mets start to play better. Right. They've had a rash of like just poor offense, especially with runners in scoring position, that hasn't changed all year. So they need to start to figure this out sooner rather than later. Because I remember the Mets last year in the playoffs, they were ginormous in doing that. They're going to have to do that again. This baseball season is long. We all know that. So I don't get overly crazy on what's going on. I will get crazy with the Yankees so far because you see a lot of people and you hear a lot of people on social media, get rid of Cashman, get rid of Boone. And I'll be the first one to say, you know what? Maybe it is time to get rid of Boone. I'm starting to get tired of his like same responses. Like, show me some fire and then I'll give you a pass. Like, start yelling at people in the dugout. Get ferocious. Stop babying people.
Yeah.
Like, that's annoying me.
Unfortunately, I think it's getting to the point where if they keep losing like this, even if it's something they don't want to do, they're going to get to the point where it's something they're going to have to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at right now, at least with Boone. Like, I can't blame Cashman. He said they were going to go to town, and he literally...
Yeah, Cashman's not going anywhere.
No,
So-
even if people, what I'm saying is people are calling for his head. I don't agree with that aspect of it, because he said at the trade deadline he was going to reinforce everything. He literally had a checklist. He literally did it. Now, did he go and get the flashy names like Suarez from the Diamondbacks? No. But as I sat back and looked at what he did and what was out there, I think he made the right calls.
And I think what a lot of people may not realize is that it seems like whereas a lot of teams are picking up these guys like the Mets, for example, they're all rentals.
Yeah.
The Yankees don't make moves for rentals, right? Everybody that they got is under control.
For the most part,
For a
yeah.
couple of years.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they do things to just rent guys. So that's what I think people have to realize.
And you might be right too. With that being said, because people actually complained about that why wouldn't you go for rentals? And I could see it both ways. It's like a double-sided coin. If the rental is so worth it, then get it. Like Soto was a rental,
Well, right, but that's the exception.
right? And so it was Suarez. But the thing that people are forgetting is Suarez is terrible defensively. So after I looked at everything,
And he's 34.
right, and McMahon isn't. And you already saw it when he first came over here. His defense is stellar. Even the one error he made, it was in the rain. He lost grip of the ball. Like, I'm not going to blame him on that error. I think I think that's the way they should have went. Shore up the defense. And I know you were saying it might help Volpe out. It hasn't, obviously. It did our first couple of games, but then since then, he's still doing the same dumb mistakes. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But they addressed third base. And not for nothing, since he's gotten here, he's been a hitter. He's been getting on base.
Yeah, nobody's complaining about that.
No, that's a great move. And they even said when he was going to be like a LeMay, when he came from the Rockies, he was going to hit a little better here because he's a lefty and there's the short porch and all that. He's yet to hit a home run, but I don't care. Just get on base, put pressure. He could steal bases. I've seen him go first to third, second to home. That's what I want.
And he's what? I think
he's 31 or so.
2 years under control.
Yeah, we got him for next year and the year after that, and reasonably priced at like 16 or so million. So when LeMahieu comes off the books, that just goes to him, which is fine. And then you got Ahmed Rosario, who to me, I don't know if you guys remember, we finally got one. There we go. Yankees win 3-2. A little bit of a rough bottom of the ninth, but we got the W, so that's great news. Woo! All right, we're still in the wild card. Now we just got to start a little winning streak. But
All it takes is one.
yeah, just start going, and it's a good win. Let's go. I mean, Judge's got to get going. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Ahmed Rosario is always on like a World Series champion. I don't know if you ever realized that.
No.
He won with the Braves. He won with the Dodgers. So I like that move as well. The Slater move, just more depth. I don't really know much about him, but supposedly he's to be the balance for a right-handed hitter against lefties. So fine, he happened to get hurt the other day, so he's on the IL anyway. And then you had Caballero from Tampa Bay, who's the American League leader in steals.
Yep.
And did we need him? Not necessarily. I don't know, but he plays almost every position but first base. So, and catcher, obviously. But he could play the outfield, whatever. He did make that error against the Marlins. That was a terrible game, and we'll talk about that also coming up. But I like that move too because it puts pressure on Volpe to step up his game because we can replace him.
He's another IKF,
But better, I would think.
Yeah.
I saw him run. Matter of fact, we'll get into that game right now. That Marlins game that we lost the first game on Friday, where we lost 13-12. he manufactured that run in the top of the ninth for us to go up 12-10, and then wind up blowing it for us subsequently in the next,
Right.
in the bottom half of the inning with making that error. And listen, are there people to blame? Yes, it was everyone that we got from the trade deadline had a hand in losing that game. Jake Bird gave up 4 runs. Bendar gave up 2. Duvall gave up the lead at the end of the game, pitching wildly. Caballero was, like I said, made the error out in right field. The ball went under his glove. They tied the game with that one. And then, I don't know if you guys saw, but how they won that game was crazy. Like a little nubber that went 10 feet out.
Yeah, and you know, as frustrating as it was, offensively, there was a lot of good things happening.
Yeah.
That's what we've been crying about for years now, that we need to see out of that. Hits, get guys around the bases, and, you know, it was perfect. Unfortunately, you know, the other end of it didn't work out, but, you know, for as frustrating as it was a lot of positive. And then, of course, we haven't seen it since then.
Right. I was going to say it went downhill from there, but that might have been the Yankees' worst loss of this season. And listen, don't get me wrong, and you know, the Marlins since June 30th are the best team in baseball.
Wow.
They dug themselves out of a 16 game, there were 16 games under 500. I think it was like June 13th, let's say, and they're at or above 500 right now, because I don't know what they did the last 2 days, but they're at 500 a couple days ago once they beat the Yankees over the weekend. So, and I watched all 3 of those games. The Marlins are not a bad team.
Scrappy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, their starting rotation is pretty damn
I feel
good,
like they always have starting pitching.
and they always give them away. That's their motto. They use them for 3-4 years, sell them high, and they go about their business. But kudos to them, because I saw 3 of those pitchers. They were great for the most part, and even their bullpen was good. It's just they gotta, if they ever want to put money into their team, now would be the time, because they got like 4 or 5 guys in their lineup that can hit. That guy Stowers, even though he didn't hit much that weekend, he had that big grand slam on Friday's game.
He looks like a real.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna be a stud.
He'll be a Yankee.
But yeah, so we get past that, and then you're like, okay, the Texas Rangers were on the road. We should win 2 of these games, and we blow the first game. We were winning that first game. We bring in Williams and give up the game. You know what I mean? And listen, did they score a lot of runs? No, but they were still winning the game.
And that's frustrating, because he had a very solid few months there that he put together after his rough start. And it's like, you know, going right back to the beginning.
Yeah, and that's the problem here, right? So it's almost like what you saw from Juan Soto. He had a bad month and a half, and then started to change it up, and now he's back in the shitter again. And with a pitcher, you can't, especially if you're going to be a closer, you can't do that.
Right.
And the problem with it is, out of his last 7 games before that one, 5 of those 7, he gave up 1 run. So if you're in a 1-run game and you're playing the odds and you're going to talk about analytics and all this stuff, why are you not looking at that and being like, okay, I'm going to get the Devin Williams that gives up the tie game, like the tying run, or am I going to get the Devin Williams that just shuts it down? And 5 out of the 7 was the latter. So maybe you don't put him in that situation at that point. You know, maybe you put him in where you got a 2-run cushion or a 3-run cushion. The fact that the Yankees have 4 closers on the roster is kind of crazy to me. So this goes back to the problem with Boone. Like, I've had enough with Boone. If they fired him tomorrow, I wouldn't give a shit. Bring in Brad Ausmus, put in whoever you want. Something needs to. I don't understand why there's no. It doesn't seem like there's no fire there. You know what I mean? And another problem that they have is, and I don't even want to blame this on Cashman, because back 8 years ago, anyone would have traded for Stanton. But Stanton's a DH, and I heard when Judge went down that he was going to play the outfield, but they're hesitant to putting him in the outfield on AstroTurf. But you can't take Stanton out of the lineup and or Judge. They both got to be there. So you got to figure out a way to make that happen, because Stanton was carrying the team. He's got, I think, 8 or 9 home runs and 20-something RBIs in the last 15 games. Like, what are we doing? Now he's sitting on the bench. He's going to get cold. Now you're going to bring him back after a week, and he's going to be swinging at everything that's thrown at him. So, and I get it. Like, you didn't think this was going to happen 8 years ago when we got him, but you got to, like, I know they don't want to baby him, and his hamstring might hurt, and we lose him for the year. And, like, if this is the beginning of the year, this is happening, they might put him, be able to put him out in the outfield, but they're afraid to lose him for the playoff stretch. And I get it, but you can't sit him either, man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. And it's not like Judge came back and he's ripping the cover off the ball. And I get it. Listen, it's not the easiest thing in the world to be sitting for 10 days and then hit live pitching. And it's not like he went up against easy pitching the last couple of days.
Yeah, but it gets to the point where it's just you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Because if they force it to keep him in his back in the lineup and then you put him in the outfield and something happens and what the hell are you thinking when you standing in the outfield? So, you know, it's just one of those things. But, you know, there's a lot that's got to happen. I mean, Fried hasn't looked good his last handful of starts.
A handful at least. It's been before the All-Star break. Yeah.
Jesus.
Listen.
How did Rodon do today?
Not terrible. They took him out. He gave up the 2 runs. They took him out, I think, in the 6th.
Okay.
So he got charged with the 2 runs on, I think it was like 5 hits or something like that.
All right. Not terrible.
Yeah, Leiter Jr. got the actual win. So what's his name didn't even Rodon didn't even get the win, but it was tied at the time. They didn't score until the 7th inning. But yeah, like the Yankees gone on track. It's a little bit weird that you have all these guys that are good and it's always one person that's messing it up for everybody. You know, and I don't know, has it been like that for the Mets the last like week or so?
To be honest, I haven't been watching a ton. I mean, not really. I guess haven't really been inspiring me to watch a lot. But yeah, I just with the weather we've been having, I've just been, I guess, outside more until it's time to go to bed.
Been outside with water.
Pretty much. So yeah, I haven't really watched a ton in the past week.
I'll tell you this much.
Are the Yankees off tomorrow?
Yes, both Mets and Yankees are off tomorrow, which I think in the Yankees' view is good. They got to win. They can take a breath, try to regroup, because it doesn't get easier for them. I think, aren't they playing Houston this weekend?
That's what it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Houston because
Yes.
they have Old Timers Day this Saturday, which I was going to try and go to.
Jeter list though, right?
Right, Jeter lists Old Timers Day, and I was gonna finally go to my first Old Timers Day, but it's not gonna be this year. I just can't do it. I'm not gonna drive out there to see them lose to the Houston Astros by some stupid nonsense that happens. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to deal with it. I think the next game I'll go to is either August 13th, which is next week, or August 21st when it's Seinfeld night and it's George Costanza bobblehead night.
Nice. Under the desk.
Under the desk. I cannot wait to get that thing. Oh my god.
Get there early.
I'm gonna get there real early. But yeah, if you guys want to go, you're more than welcome.
Oh, I did watch, I guess, a little bit over the weekend in San Francisco, but you know they were getting outscored left and right pretty much.
Yeah, I mean they lost 2 out of 3 to the Giants, and then just got swept by the Guardians. So not really looking too good. And then yeah, the Mets are doing just as bad as the Yankees right now in the last week or so because they got swept by the Padres out in San Diego, then came home and lost 2 out of 3 to the Giants, and then just got swept by the Guardians and almost got no hit today. They took the Guardians took a no hitter into the 9th with 1 out, and Soto was the one that broke the no hitter with the home run.
Not what you want to see.
Right, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Is it time for another team meeting? Because that really worked last time, right?
Yeah, for a short while.
Players only.
Yeah, for a short while, but it's weird. They're doing the same thing as the Yankees, just in a different way. Like the Yankees are blowing it on the pitching side. I feel like the Mets are really blowing it on the hitting side.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially with not hitting with runners in scoring position.
Right.
So that's always a huge problem to have. But I think that's more fixable than the pitching, to be honest with you.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost, to me, I always thought hitting was contagious. Once a guy gets going, the next guy, gets a little breath of fresh air, then it starts to roll over the lineup. I think the biggest thing for the Mets right now is to score first. When the Yankees were going through this shit, and it's very weird. Both the Yankees and Mets are doing it at the kind of same time. They're winning at the same times and then losing at the same times. When the Yankees had that 5-game win streak, and I was hoping that they would push through that and get to a 6-game win streak, they didn't, and they lost, and then they went on a little bit of a dip again, then back up. They beat Tampa Bay 3 in a row. I thought they were going to come in and maybe not win all 3 against the Marlins, but win 2 out of 3 and just keep it going and staying close to the Blue Jays in the division, and then maybe overtake them sometime in September. But then they dipped again, and it was because of their pitching, and for the Mets, it's because of their hitting. But for both teams, it's the same thing. If you score first, you put a lot less stress on the pitcher, right? Which is what the Yankees need to do. For the Mets, you score first. It almost feels like, okay, we got a little bit of a lead, we can relax, and maybe the hits will start coming. They'll start, steal a base here and there, move a runner, sacrifice fly here and there. And no one says you got to score 10, 12 runs every day, but you score 4, you win 4-1. Score 6, 6-3. Something of that nature, right? But yeah, like you said, it's been a boring week for the Yankees and Mets fans.
Yeah.
Because you can't even make fun of either team because they're both terrible right now.
Dreadful.
Yeah, awful. Yeah.
Hopefully we got a couple of 10 or 12 game win streaks in our immediate future.
It'd be nice.
I would love to see that. I just don't know. I know if I had to make a bet, I say the Mets can do that before the Yankees can.
Probably.
You know what I mean? But I would like to see that. That's my hope, is get on a nice win streak. And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. There's been like 5 or 6 teams that have done that already. And like, that's not an easy thing to do, win 10 games in a row. But off the top of my head, I know the Blue Jays did it, the Red Sox did it, the Brewers did it. I want to say
The
the
Brewers did it recently.
Yeah, they did it right after the All-Star break.
Did the Braves do it too?
I don't know, maybe. But there's been a bunch of teams. There's someone that just had a 7-game win streak too. That was yesterday. I can't remember who that is. But yeah.
Houston's had something decent with
Yeah.
the records looking like.
Of course, yeah. Same thing with Detroit too. Detroit,
Oh, Detroit. Yeah.
because they got a bunch of wins, but they've been struggling as well too. So it's like, what is going on here?
Mid-season blues, I guess.
You got any diamond facts?
Oh, that's a good idea. Let me see what I got here.
I think we missed that.
We did.
Last week.
We did. Yeah, I got a few right here. Okay, this is a good one. This is for you, Ernie. So, you ever hear this guy, Pete Gray? He played baseball in 1945. He was a one-armed baseball player. And in that year, he hit 218.
Interesting.
As of this date, in July 25th, Anthony Volpe was hitting 212.
Yeah, but
And look,
Was it a lot of bunts or
he's swinging one-handed.
gangster?
Legit swinging one-handed.
how many home runs and RBIs did he have?
I don't know about that, bro, but I'm just saying, I thought that was kind of funny. And I took that then, and I've seen it since again, because it's went up. He's like, oh, Anthony Volpe's hitting 215. This guy was hitting 220. So I'm like, it's just a funny fact, whatever. But I had to say, oh, here, I took a picture of it. Look, 216 with 15 errors. Peter Gray, 1945 with one arm, 218, 14 errors. Oh man. And then the other stat of the day is for your boy, the polar bear. So he
It's actually funny you say that. I think they were trying to push this promotion because they had the Klondike bear, and like literally in front of us down down a section closer to the field, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Polar bear, Klondike bear.
Yeah.
I was like, I see, the dollar signs, right, immediately. So.
Well, the Mets
I'm
were always good
he
with
probably-
gimmicks.
He probably already has an endorsement with them.
Yeah, and the Mets were always good with gimmicks. They had the grimace.
Yeah, they are.
I'm wondering-
They are all about gimmicks.
Yeah, I wonder when the hamburger is gonna show up.
Yeah.
Or Ronald McDonald himself.
Last night at the game when anytime Lindor was up and My Girl comes on, there's literally a person, I guess from the fan patrol or party patrol or whatever, literally a person facing the crowd, instructing them to go like this. And I'm like, oh man, if George Steinbrenner saw that, he'd probably be disgusted.
Oh, that's funny. So, as bad as people think Pete Alonso's defense is, Pete Alonso leads MLB first baseman in scoops since 2023. So to me, that says a couple different things, right? One, the rest of the infielders don't know how to throw, right? Or two, Pete is scooping the ball. His scooping ability is really good. His throwing, not so much.
Probably a combination of the two.
Right. And last night, this is not really a fact, but did you guys see this, the WFAN's quarter century team for MLB? Apparently they did this with all the sports, and I only caught this one on Instagram from the fan. I probably should have followed them. I forgot to follow them, but whatever. I'll find them eventually. But if you guys had a guess, out of the last 25 years, what would be the starting rotation for the all-century New York MLB team would be?
So we're talking just New York.
Just New York, Yankees and Mets. There's 5 starters on this rotation, obviously. And I'll even break it down to you. It's 3 Yankees and 2 Mets.
Not good.
Seaver?
25 years.
Seaver? Oh, 25 years.
So from 2000 to now.
Oh.
Johan is one. Are you looking over the shoulder?
Oh,
Okay, I'm just
come
making
on,
sure.
dude. You know,
Just making sure.
I'm not like that.
So you got Johan Santana.
Check the video. You'll see.
He's the number 5. You got 4 ahead of him.
Clemens?
Nope.
Pedro?
Nope. You gotta remember, Pedro was only on the team for like a year or 2. You gotta think overall in the last 25 years, what the fan voted as the top 5 best pitchers.
So I'm sure Pettit's on there.
He's the number 3 starter. So you got Pettit and Johan.
CC.
Boom, he's your number 2.
That was I was thinking that.
You got 1 Met and 1 Yankee left.
Jimmy Key?
Jimmy Key was in the 90s, dude.
Not Jimmy Key. I'm sorry. My mistake. I meant Mike Mussina.
No.
Randy Johnson.
No. This should be an easy Met.
Oh, DeGrom?
There you go.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's your number 1, and you're missing your
that's
number
embarrassing.
4.
A Yankee from 2000.
To now, come on.
Cole?
Garrett Cole's your number 4 starter. And then I'll just go through. The bullpen should be easy, right? Do we really have to guess at this one?
How many?
3.
Mariano?
That's your closer. The other 2 are Mets.
Wagner.
Nope. Think a lot older, and then right now.
Oh, Diaz.
He's their number 2, setup man. Fan favorite for the last one.
John Franco?
Yep.
2000. Oh, I guess yeah. I guess he was one.
And then I'll quickly go around, I guess, the diamond, which I thought was great. You got Hideki Matsui in left, Carlos Beltran in center, Aaron Judge in right. Then around the horn, you got A-Rod, Jeter, Robbie Cano, and then Pete Alonso. Your DH would be David Wright, and your catcher would be Mike Piazza. And the manager would be Joe Torre. What do you guys think of that team?
Pretty good.
I don't have any huge arguments on that team, to be fair. There's probably some snubs, but there always is. But I just thought that was an interesting team, an interesting thing to do. I'd like to do something like that one day with maybe like an all 90s or an all time Yankees and Mets team, but that'd be tough because I think like it'd be mostly Yankees besides the pitchers. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all I got for that. I mean, football's on its way. Did you guys watch any of the Hall of Fame game? I didn't really care to watch
I
it.
have not seen any football content.
No. But you know what is interesting about football that just came out today? You know the smelling salts that these guys use?
I saw something on ESPN.
What
They're
about-
banning it.
They're banning the smelling salt
Why?
or like the ammonia salt, whatever they use. Like
Say why?
I think it was from the FDA. Like it's not healthy for you to do anymore or something like that.
Really?
So the NFL's banning it, and the players were complaining. Like apparently it gives them. I don't want to say an edge because then it's gonna get misconstrued. But supposedly like it helps you like recover and focus a little bit.
Yeah, after you get your
And
power
wake
on.
your ass up.
Yeah,
You get
you
your
know what I
power
mean?
on.
And like, I want to dive. Like, I just heard it today, so I didn't hear much about it, but I want to dive into it. But just letting you know that that's happening for this year. And already George Kittle was like, I should have retired, like, or
Yeah,
whatever.
That seems kind of excessive, no?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess you got to see, like, this is like what was first reported from what I understood today. So I'm sure over the next couple of days we're going to hear about
You
it.
have a little addiction to smelling salts, Mr. Kittle.
That's what I'm saying. And then they got into it a little more. And I forget the words that they used, why it's so popular with a lot of players. But you're right. Obviously, it wakes you up. But I guess it gives you a heightened sense or something like that too.
Powerlifters use it too.
Makes sense. But whatever. Like they're banning it, so you might see like a drop in production a little bit from some of these guys that use it more often than not. Like I'm not saying someone's doing it after every couple plays or whatever, this, that, and the other.
Right.
But guys that use it often, you might see, aka George Kittle, might not have a type of year that he's used to having. But we'll see. I want to dive into it a little bit more and hear more reports about it. But I found that very interesting today, what I heard on the radio for the most part.
I did see one thing. I'm sorry, we used.
I'm not saying anything else. Go ahead.
I
Floor's
did
yours.
see one thing that Parsons wants out.
Oh, yep.
That's
I
unfortunate.
saw a report that to me makes sense when you think about the Cowboys and Jerry Jones, that potentially this could all be just a show. We want to be the headline, we want to be on the top of all the broadcasts. So is he really wanting to be traded? Are the Cowboys really considering not wanting to sign this guy? I could really buy into that. This is all just for show.
Leverage.
Not even leverage, just show. Like they might already under the table have
An
a
agreement.
deal worked out, but it's like, let's just keep this going until right before the season starts.
It would make sense, and I would assume it's not the first time something like that would happen, not just for the Cowboys, just in general. You see all these guys. Miles Garrett did it last year. He was like, I want to be traded, and then all of a sudden they throw a truckload of money at him, and he signs the next day.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what was he saying? I want to win a championship, a Super Bowl. You're not doing that with the Browns. You just wanted the money.
And where these guys are really being, like if he was being so steadfast on wanting to be traded, and he's definitely not going to, he wouldn't be showing up to camp every day.
Right.
He's been showing up to camp every day. He's going to meetings. So it's like.
And he put that Instagram post up where he was explaining like somewhat of a timeline. Like I talked to Jerry, and then he was supposed to get back to my agent and didn't. There was this whole big paragraph. Like if you didn't care and you just wanted to be traded, I don't feel like you would be doing something like that. You'd just be staying quiet and waiting for the trade to go through, and that's that. But yeah, if he wants to be traded, I'll take him on the Jets. I don't care. Let's go. But yeah. I got not much else on the
No Jets news.
no Jets news. Not that I've heard. I mean, it's all nonsense. Training. What is it? Camp talk. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna buy into any of that nonsense yet.
What I hear this morning on the radio, that Justin Fields is like 14 for 53 so far.
Yeah, he's terrible.
In practice yesterday or something like
But
that.
yeah, and you're probably right because there was a video of what's his name? What's the coach's name? Aaron Glenn talking about it, and he's like, don't put in any stock on the numbers. I'm like, who cares? Like, the Jets are probably going to be trash anyway because they don't have a real quarterback anyway. So I'm not expecting much. And if I could go to games for free or pennies on the dollar, I'll go to a game here and there. I'm definitely going to Cincinnati to see them. I want to see Joe Burrow more than I want to see the Jets. So, and I heard Cincinnati is a great little town. So I'll go to that game. And besides that, I don't really care. I'm just gonna watch football every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
You got any drafts coming up?
end of the month, I got a draft on the 27th, which is a Wednesday, the 28th in Jersey, and the 30th.
That's a busy week.
Like another online draft.
Okay, well, online usually goes a little quicker.
It does. So I have 2 online drafts, which is the Wednesday and the Saturday.
Oh, okay, not bad.
And the Thursday one is I got to take a trek out to Jersey on a work day, no less, to go do this draft.
Are you not doing any fancy trip draft?
No fancy trip draft this year, guys. Sadly it fell off the table this year. I'm hoping to win this year. I had a strong showing last year. I made it to the semifinals, lost by a point, so I'm hoping to come back and get over the hump. Yeah, get over the hump and win. And then I can tell these guys they're at least traveling to New York City. If you don't want to travel to New York City, then let's pick another place to go. Because we're not doing it in Jersey. All right? I'm not driving. And if I have to drive, it's going to be somewhere awesome. Or fly, whatever. But yeah, that's all I got. You're still not doing it, right?
Yeah,
That's
still
it.
Retired.
Holding strong.
Only thing I miss is the draft. That's about it.
It's what's the most fun. Get to what have we been watching? Anything good?
Well, for myself, again, with the weather, I
Nothing.
haven't been inside.
Nothing.
I started Happy Gilmore. I'm enjoying it, but I didn't finish it.
You didn't finish it?
No, but it's I am digging it. I think they did a good job with it. It's funny. It's kind of like what I expected it would be.
Right.
But I just think it's well done. I like how everything is a drink. I thought that bit was pretty good. I like the cameos and it's just
that was pretty good.
I have very low expectations when any sequel is made 20 years later or however it is. I still won't watch the Coming to America one.
It's terrible.
But I do have to say, some people told me this one was good, including you, and I'm digging it for sure.
By the way, everything was a alcoholic drink. Only a golfer would appreciate that because that's all we try and do when we're golfing, right?
When he's on the course, he opens the rangefinder.
Yeah. And then he opens up the 3-wood. He's like drinking the 3-wood.
He's in the bathroom. He opens his phone.
Yeah. It's funny. I laughed at that the most because I have that kind of flask. It's not a real phone, but I get it. It was the same thing he used was what I have here for when you go to these like bougie golf courses and they don't want you to drink. And you're right. I thought that was funny. Did you watch the rest of the movie when you did it? I know you said you watched it. Did you rewatch it because you like watching it?
I did rewatch it.
Okay.
The guy who's in it, who's like the villain. Or
Yeah.
whatever, the Safdie. He's one of the Safdie brothers. They're like directors. I thought he does a good job playing just like a creep.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, he's a director?
Yeah, him and his brother did Uncut Gems, the movie Good Time, I think it's called. That's a good movie too.
Oh, really?
They also did. I think they also worked on a couple of series and stuff.
Uncut Gems, that's the other Adam Sandler
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
Oh, he did
directed,
that?
Yeah, him and his brother directed it.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I think they might have wrote it too.
He was good. I liked him in he was the one that was in Entourage, right? For
I'm not
one
sure, but I
season?
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he played the son of the guy that was backing one of the movies that they were making.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
remember that?
Oh, you're talking about the golfer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about the villain, the other villain.
Oh, the
one
guy
that
the guy who started Maxi Golf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Right. And I see, it's kind of hard to talk with you not seeing the rest of the movie, but I like to play on the live golf thing.
Yeah, we
and
talked
everything.
about that.
And the whole getting all those cameos of just the golfers. Like, I don't think there's ever been a time, and maybe I'm wrong, that I've ever seen so much.
I'm sure there's been a couple, but yeah, that's what it was all about. I mean, obviously you could tell there was a couple of things that his main focus was, right? It was like to do the whole comparison to the PGA Live Golf thing, and then it was to just get all these cameos in there, right? But I did see, and I know we talked about it last time about how, you know, one thing that you admire about him, his wife was in it, his 2 daughters were in it, and that he basically makes movies that he just puts all his friends in there, right?
Yep.
So I saw a video on social media where they had a video about him talking about Rob Schneider. How I guess the last few years, Rob Schneider's been going through some tough times because he's pretty much been blacklisted.
Yeah, he's canceled.
Because of his political views or whatever. So he said that he told them not only would he not do the movie if they didn't make a role for him, that he actually paid him $5 million to do the movie.
They paid Rob Schneider $5 million to do that one part.
As long as that video is accurate and true, yeah, and it's Adam Sandler talking. So yeah, he said that I told them that if they didn't allow me to put him in the movie, I wouldn't have done it. And on top of it, I was paying him $5 million to do it.
Wow, that's awesome.
So you know, you got to appreciate something like that.
100%.
He's just always seems like just such a regular, stand-up dude.
And that's why I'll watch his movies more than most.
Right.
Because I hear always great things. He's a regular dude. He'll say hi to you. He'll do this. He'll do that. And you could tell through his movies. Like, I never even met the guy, but if you hear all these things and then you watch his movies and see all those people, like, he took a character for Rob Schneider that was in The Waterboy.
Correct.
And threw him in here.
Correct.
And, and threw him and what was funny, and I don't know, but, it was a little person that was in Happy Gilmore that did that same spoof on the little tricycle with the cowboy hat.
Right.
So he put him in the same outfit as the little person, but made him the Happy Gilmore character, which I thought was great. Like, if you're looking for something like that that's funny, like did I laugh as much as Happy Gilmore 1? No. But it was extremely entertaining because I kind of knew what was coming. And that's all you needed. Like, you're not, like I said last week, you're not looking for Schindler's List. Yeah, it's not going to be, Shawshank Redemption, but it was a perfect sequel movie done. And now they're talking about him doing like other sequels of those old movies, like The Wedding Singer, Mr. Deeds, and all that stuff. And that's great. Like, I wish him nothing but the best. You know how much money he made opening weekend? And I don't know how they tally this up, so I don't even ask. But he made almost $50 million the opening weekend. That was more than Fantastic Four in the same weekend. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they go off subscriptions or they just see how many people watched it and then times it, like if it was in a movie theater, how much it would have made. I don't really know that aspect of it.
That's interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you go see it?
I did. Did you see it?
I have not. Let's hear your review.
It was the best Fantastic Four movie.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that.
But it was boring.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So, I'm not giving anything away, no spoilers yet, because it's only, the second week. But the very beginning of the movie had action, and then the very end of the movie. And then everything in the middle was just all...
How long was it, like 2 hours?
A little less. Like, I want to say an hour and 50 minutes.
Okay.
And the end credit scene was okay. I don't know, man.
Felt like the middle was lacking.
Yeah, and I saw it Friday night, so I was a little tired from the work week, so whatever. But I was dozing a little bit, and but there was no action in the middle. But it was a good storyline. Don't get me wrong.
I did like the story.
The story made sense. It was good, for the most part. Can I pick it apart a little bit? Yes. Like, you didn't see Reed Richards do much. This is the Fantastic Four. They're pretty popular.
Right.
You didn't see any of them really do much until the very end, and even then, the Human Torch flew around for 20 seconds. You saw Reed Richards use his arms and legs a little bit and then get stretched out or whatever. The coolest part of the movie was Galactus. He looked crazy, and I'm glad they got rid of the cloud with teeth and they actually had a human being, and that's how they used the human being and put him up into scale with CGI and everything like that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And in the beginning, they said this was going to be an origin story, so it wasn't. It's almost like they gave you when you go from season to season, they give you a recap.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes of the movie was almost like a quick recap
Okay.
of what the Fantastic Four has been doing the last couple of years.
Right.
So you saw like the Mole Man, and you saw a couple other bad guys that they were fighting.
Yeah.
But you didn't really see like full out fights. You'd see like 10 seconds of it, and then
I see.
it would go to the next clip, and then it was all a storyline with the kid, and I get it. She's extremely important, so it's cool, but like,
You wanted more action.
yeah, it's got to be more action, and I
You want more action in a superhero summer blockbuster.
oh yes,
You'd think.
yes, thank you. You couldn't have said it better myself, and it shows because week one they had like $118 million at the box office, and then week two it was only like 17. So like the hype came out, and then it dipped 80%. So like I can't be wrong. I mean, I'm sure I am, but like I can't be the only one thinking that, right? But overall, it was a decent movie. Like I wouldn't go to the movie theaters to like I had to go see that again. You know what I mean?
Right.
In my opinion, Superman was better than that.
Okay.
At least it had action throughout the whole movie and like
Right.
intense scenes and stuff. Like in the middle, it was just like I was almost watching like a soap opera. I'm like, is this days of my lives right now? Like what is going on right now? But it, like I said, it wasn't all bad.
Okay.
You know, and for what it was, it's still probably
The bar was pretty low. So
Yeah.
they definitely raised it.
yeah, they definitely up a couple notches. I saw the Jurassic Park movie too, by the way.
Oh, double feature.
Not in the movie theaters.
Okay.
The Fire Stick.
Garbage.
Yeah.
No good?
Besides Scarlett Johansson, I don't know what they did with that movie. Like that dinosaur monster that looked like an alien at the end. What the hell was that? There's this monster that basically looked like. Do you remember Prometheus? You ever
Yeah.
see Prometheus?
Yeah.
You know the white monsters?
Yeah,
And how they-
the white aliens.
Yeah, and then
or
like
I forget what they called them, but
I don't
like
even
the
know what they
first
call them.
humans or something.
yeah, but they were like big and all white,
Yeah.
and they had that weird chrome dome kind of head, like with
Yeah.
just like a skull.
Yeah.
It's almost like they took that and a dinosaur and put it together and like here's the new dinosaur. Because the only thing that sells the Jurassic Park movies is what new dinosaur are we gonna see? There were no velociraptors in there. I mean, I think there was one, but one of the dinosaurs ate it right away and flew away. Like it grabbed it and flew away. I was like, what was that? What were we
So
doing?
it was lacking dinosaurs.
It had dinosaurs, but it had like the what do you call them? The herbivore dinosaurs, like the ones that just eat plants.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see that too, but like maybe you saw T-Rex for like 10 seconds, dude. He was sleeping, and I didn't even know they slept like that. And he gets up and he roars and chases
You
the
want
people.
to see some apex predators.
Yeah, like why not? That's the whole point of Jurassic Park. And I don't even that to me is like Transformers and stuff. You don't need much of a reason to make the movie, like a storyline, but you need like serious good action.
And I didn't think that the CGI was even that impressive.
No, well, it wasn't because there wasn't much going on where, like, oh man, like, I think one person got eaten by a dinosaur. That was it. It was in the water.
I think two.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, like, what are we doing here? And maybe that was the problem. There was only like, it was like a 6-person mission, and then they picked up a family that was like, stranded at sea. So there wasn't many people to even eat. Like, you know, maybe you send the military over there or something like that, and it's just like aliens, an alien, like Aliens 2, like that, with dinosaurs. And, you know, at least you could say there was nonstop action, you know? I watched this dumbass movie last night, guys. You're going to crush me. A Liam Nielsen movie.
Oh, Naked Gun?
I did not, because it wasn't a good copy.
It's not a good copy yet.
Because it just came out this weekend. So I waited and I found it was Ice Road
Oh, I
Vengeance. And I was like, what is going on in this
Was he
movie?
like a trucker or something?
Yeah, this guy been just. I think Liam Neeson is at the point where he's like, you know what? I just want to keep busy, so whatever script you throw at me, I'm gonna make it.
He's like the new Bruce Willis, because Bruce Willis is doing like B-list movies for Prime and Netflix and all that stuff.
Bruce Willis?
He's
Yeah.
not doing too hot.
Bruce Willis can't even talk anymore.
Not now, but like
Oh.
like 2 years ago, I'd find these random movies, him and John Travolta on Prime and like and like Netflix or whatever, and they would like never made it to the movie theaters. Like that's what Liam Nielsen's doing right now. And then he did. I actually want to see The Naked Gun. I tried to watch it last night, but it was like blurry in this. I was like, I'll wait a week. Hopefully, I can get to it because the trailer for that does look funny.
Yeah,
It does, yeah.
I mean, if it's
And
anything
Naked
like the
Gun's-
original,
yeah.
and,
Right.
and that's one thing about Liam Neeson. I think he's a good actor in the sense that he can do comedy,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and just the simple fact that now him and Pamela Anderson are dating.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
It's
That's
worth it to
insane.
watch just for that.
Yeah, he's gotten like sloppy 15s.
They
I don't even
they
know.
must have some good chemistry.
They must have. And you know what's funny? She doesn't really wear makeup anymore, so
I know, right? She looks, she like when I saw her on an interview, it's like I felt like I was watching a modern day version of like Jackie Onassis, right? The way she dresses,
Yeah.
so classy.
she
and
does. Yeah,
makeup and
it's
all.
impressive. And I actually thought that I guess she does it for the movies because she was wearing makeup in the movies. So I guess she only doesn't wear makeup to like events, like out in the regular day world. She doesn't wear makeup.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because
Possible.
yeah, I saw the clip with the Naked Gun and she was wearing lipstick and whatnot. So I don't know what was going on with that, but I think it's cool. Like I'm excited to see that movie. I was gonna take my dad to go see that because he's a huge Naked Gun fan, but I think I'll just have him over here when the movie comes out and watch it in the afternoon. Because like I don't want to be disappointed if I go to the movie theaters. Because
Yeah.
it's hard with Leslie Nielsen as the Naked Gun, like to spoof a new Naked Gun to be even close to as good. And that goes back to what you're saying. They haven't made a Naked Gun in over 20 years either, and they made 3 of them.
I would say a lot more than that.
No, there had to be one in the 2000s. Like Naked Gun 33 and a third was still in the 90s.
I would
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah?
So yeah,
Yeah,
they were
wow.
all relatively
Oh,
Back to
hell
back to
yeah.
back?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, my mistake then. But even worse then, like, you know, I don't know, but those, I just remember the start of those movies where he'd be driving the car through all these
Oh,
different scenes.
classics.
Oh, hilarious, dude. Oh, great. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm still on the Sandman, which
Okay.
is
You liking that or
yeah, it's good. It's just
season 2?
yeah, I'm on season 2. I want to say like a third of the way through. I'll probably be done with that sometime by the end of this week or next
that
week.
reminds me, yeah. I gotta check.
Yeah,
that out.
it's good. It's different. Like it's a different twist. What's funny about that in season 2? There's a surprise Marvel guest in that show.
Crossover.
I guess you could say that. Definitely a crossover, but it's just a different take on it. But yeah, it's a different kind of show, a different take.
Definitely.
You got to understand that it's coming from that whole DC comic book land, so
Right.
it's a lot different. It's a little woke, but like what things
Shocker.
aren't nowadays. So
Shocker.
that stuff bothers me. But other than that, like it's a well-rounded show.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got, folks. Anything else? No? Your song?
Oh yeah.
Or album on
Yeah,
selection?
one album selection as usual. This week we're gonna go with Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist with Alfredo 2. So that's the pick for this week.
Awesome. Well, that'll do it for us this week, folks. Hopefully we'll see you again next week, and you guys enjoy the rest of your week here and the nice weather we're
Enjoy
having.
that great weather.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees and Mets. And, 1 week closer to the NFL season. Stay tuned.
You will.